Okay, we're going to look at how to calculate the amount of fees we're going to pay on a pension scheme over a long-term investment. So first thing I'm going to do is put some axes on this graph. Now I'm going to be saving £1,000 a year in this pension fund. So first year, here's my £1,000, but I want to know how much fees I'm going to be paying on that. So in this fund I've got an annual management charge of 1.5%, which is fairly typical. Now each time my fund manager trades stocks and shares, there'll be hidden charges, which are like stockbroker bid offer spreads, that kind of thing, and that typically will be around 1.2%. And if I want easy access to different fund managers, then I need to work through a platform, and the platform charge will be typically about 0.8%. So on my £1,000, this 1.5% is equal to £15. 1.2% is equal to £12, and the 0.8% is equal to £8. So that's a total fee on my £1,000 investment of £35. So we'll just write that 35 there. Now in the next year, obviously I've still got my £1,000 there. It might have gone up, it might have gone down due to investment return, but we'll just put that £1,000 there. Then I'm going to put another £1,000 in my pension fund, and I'm going to pay £35 in fees on that £1,000. I'm also going to pay £35 in fees on the £1,000 I put in year one. Now in year three, a similar sort of thing happens. I've got my £1,000 from year one, my £1,000 from year two, and my £1,000 that I'm going to put in year three, which I'm going to pay £35 in fees on. But I'm also going to pay £35 in fees on the year two investment and £35 in fees on the year one investment. Okay, so you can see what the pattern is now, and I get to year 40 and I've got £1,000 from year one, 1,000 from year two. Obviously this might be higher, it might be lower due to investment returns. £1,000 from year three, and so on up to my final £1,000 from year 40, and I'm going to pay £35 in fees, £35 in fees. The fees also might be higher, might be lower, depending on the investment return to the underlying assets, because they are proportions of the investment return. Now what I need to work out is what's my total fee I've paid. So I've paid £35 on each £1,000 investment for 40 years. So I'm just going to clear some space, and that £35 fee for 40 years on each of the £1,000 invested is going to cost me in total 35 times 40, because there are 40 years, times the average amount invested, which is the most in the last year plus the least, which is in the first year. So that's 40 plus 1 divided by 2, and that, if I work it out, is going to be equal to £28,700. That's my total fees on having made £40,000 of investment at £1,000 a year for 40 years. Now it would be wrong to say that that means my fund is only going to be 11,300, because my fund will be, I've gone up or down according to actual investment returns as well, and a lot of the money you're paying is to hope that it goes up rather than down. But the purpose of this calculation is just to show you basically how you should go about calculating the total fees on your pension fund. And you can see there, out of a 40,000 investment over 40 years, you're looking at fees of £28,700.